Yes, guys, it's the UCL round of 16 between Chelsea and Bayern Munich. We Chelsea have come from a big defeat in the FA Cup final against Arsenal, and they beat us 2-1 in that match. And it was a match that was totally against us in every aspect, with injuries, with the refereeing decisions, the VR, which didn't even come into place for the first time, and like in the Pedro injury, then the Pedro foul, then Kovacic's red card, the Emiliano Martinez handball, the goalkeeper's fault, and the VR didn't even work. So the match is totally against us, and we move on. We are out from that, and now it's the UCL round of 16 match between Chelsea and Bayern Munich, and this could well be our last match of the season, and it's going to be a really tough match because we need to be at our absolute best to even stand a chance. It's going to be really, really tough. And Bayern Munich are a good side. They have been in really good form recently. They've won the DFB Pokal and also the Bundesliga. So they're going for the treble this season, and I think they're one of the favorites to win the Champions League this season. And it's going to be a really tough match for Chelsea. And Frank Lampard came out in the press conference and did say that we don't have Pulisic for sure. He's out for 6 weeks. Then we don't have Aspilicueta, our captain. He's out for 4 or 5 weeks. Then we don't have Willian. He's also out for much of the time. But when he comes back, he's going to play for Arsenal mostly. So we don't have three of our main players, which is a real setback, and it's going to be tough for our team to even stand a chance without these players because Pulisic especially has been an important part of our team since the restart, and he is an important part, and he's going to try to start next season on a high note. So coming to this match, Bayern are a good side. They're going to play with the best 11 with Lewandowski, Gnabry, Alfonso Davies. He was a really standout player in the first leg. So in the first leg, we saw how fragile Chelsea were. We didn't have the ball much. Bayern controlled the game from the start, and they were so good. The first half, we played really well. In the second, coming to the second, we looked more unbalanced, and we couldn't touch the ball. Only positive from the match was Mateo Kovacic. He was just outstanding in the whole match, and he has been this whole season. He's been a player of the season for us, and he has done well. He did well in that match. So I think Mateo Kovacic is the player who has to, I mean, get the team out of the situation, tighter situations, and maybe win the ball for us in the final third, and also in the defense. He is the main player for us in this match, and so it's going to be really an important match for Mateo Kovacic and the team. The things that Frank Lampard has to tell his Chelsea team is that we don't need to be looking at the result because we already know that we have really less chance of qualifying going to the quarterfinals. But I still have hope that Chelsea can produce something good. Maybe we are fearless. Yes, we are young. We are fearless. So we don't have that fear that we're going to lose. Chelsea really don't have anything to lose. Bayern, on the other side, are playing for the treble. They need to win it, and they are under pressure. Also Chelsea, because Chelsea in the European competition especially do play well under pressure. So I still think there is a little bit hope that Chelsea can still qualify. I can be really wrong in this one, but I still hope that Chelsea can produce something in this match. So before moving to the video, I would like to tell you all to subscribe to my channel for more Chelsea content, and also in general football content. I bring a video every week. I bring out a video every week, and in general football news and post-match analysis, pre-match analysis, I do that. So subscribe to my channel for those. So coming into the match, it's a really important match for Bayern Munich because they have to play at their best to win it, and they're looking for the treble, obviously. So they have won the domestic cup, they won the Bundesliga. So this is the last trophy, the Champions League, and if they can get it, it will be a great achievement for the team. So let's get into the predicted lineup of the match. So in goal, I would still have Willy Caballero in goal because he has been decent in recent matches, and not like Kepa, because Kepa has been really fragile in front of goal, and he's been making mistakes. He's been criticized a lot this season, and there are talks like Frank Lampard but doesn't want him in this team next season. But as a fan, as I actually say that Kepa is really good. He is a decent goalkeeper. I would say give him one more chance, let him go on a loan, and then maybe next season he comes back. That's 2021-22 season. He comes back as the first goalkeeper, does well, because 72 million we have paid that much for him, and I think if we sell him off right now, we won't even get 30. So that's really bad for Chelsea. So I don't think Chelsea need to sell him. So for that reason, I would start Willy Caballero in goal, and Frank Lampard, I think, should stick to the three-man formation, the three defense formation. Yes, we don't have Aspilicueta. He's been a vital player in that three defense formation. So we don't have that. But still, I would say he should start with the three-back system. So the defense should be Kurt Zuma, Fikayo Tomori, and Antoine Rudiger. Because I wouldn't start Christensen because in the last match he didn't look that sharp. So I would start Fikayo Tomori in there. But Fikayo Tomori hasn't played for like 4 or 5 months. We all know that. So Fikayo Tomori could be a little inexperienced. He's young. He's still young. We can't forget that. And start of the season he was exceptional. And but for that reason, I'm going to start him. I would like to give him a start because in this match we don't have anything to play much for, and just for that reason, I'm going to start Fikayo Tomori in the defense. Antoine Rudiger and Zuma. Zuma has by far been our player defender of the season since the restart, exactly. And then with him, I would start Antoine Rudiger. Antoine Rudiger hasn't been in the greatest of forms. We know that he's been also criticized a lot recently with his mistakes that he's been doing in the defense and all that. But I would still start him because he's a defender who has experience than the rest of the three. That's Christensen, Tomori, and Zuma. He has experience of European competitions and also in general more football. So I have to start him. And the wing backs, coming to the wing backs, Marcus Alonso is suspended for the game, so he's not going to play. So for that, in the left wing back position, I'm going to play Emerson Palmieri. Yes, he's not played, I don't know, for 4 or 5 months. Still, I'm going to start him. He has to get the start because we don't have that much depth in that region of the field. So I'm going to start Emerson on the left, and right side I'm going to start Reece James because he's the only man right now we have on the right side to play because we don't ask Liqueta to play. He's injured. He's out for 4 weeks or something. So he has to play there because if he does, he's powerful here. Yes, on that side, it's Alphonso Davies. He's really quick. He can exploit that. Reece James is not that quick, but he's powerful. So he has to start on the right side. In the pivot, that is two. One of them has to be Mateo Kovacic because he was so good in that first leg, and he can get the team out of tight situations. He can drive, he can dribble, he can also defend. He's a good defender as well. So he's a perfect centre midfielder for Chelsea, and it has been an excellent buy for just 40-45 million. So I'm going to start him in the centre. Partnering him, I would like to see N'Golo Kante. Frank Lampard has come out in the pre-match press conference and said that yes, Kante is match fit, he could start. But we still don't know if Lampard is going to start him because yes, we have Jorginho. He's the vice captain of the team. So maybe just because of that, we don't have a skipper that's Aspi. I would like to see Kante because he's a vital role. He's a vital player for us and has been. So I would like to see N'Golo Kante because he can be a really good player. He can stop the attackers with his power. He's speedy. He also can attack really well nowadays. He's been doing that really well. So that's the midfield. Going up front, I would like to see striker Olivier Giroud all day long because Tammy Abraham hasn't looked that sharp in the start of the season. He was so good, but right now he's not been that great. And in such an important match where we need goals, we need possession, I would like to see Olivier Giroud, that is our main striker. So we need to see Giroud in the striker role. Coming to the left wing, Lampard again has come out and said Willian is out. He's out. He's not going to play. So I would like to see Callum Hudson-Odoi get the start. And Callum has looked sharp when he's come on as a substitute. Last match, he didn't have much time to play in the FA Cup final, but he looked good. He was sharp. He with those crosses in, with those dribbling, he can drive as well. So he did look sharp. So I would like to see Callum Hudson-Odoi in the left wing position. Coming to the right wing, we don't have much players, so that's why we have bought the magician Hakim Ziyech, which he's going to play the right wing next season for sure. So right now in this match, I would like to see Mason Mount again because he has been the player for us this season and also one of the players for us. Not forgetting Mateo Kovacic, but I would like to see Mason Mount on the right winger, because he is the one who presses the team. He can control the game. He can dribble. He can also dribble, and then he can put in those crosses to Olivier Giroud, which is some of an important role. So Mason Mount needs to be there in the right wing position. So coming to the wing backs, in this match, the wing backs are really important for us as Bayern Munich are a bit fragile while defending those crosses and set pieces. So the wing backs need to come into the role, put in those crosses to Olivier Giroud. He needs to be at his best to score those headers, score those one-on-one chances with Neuer or Boateng or whoever in the defense is. So we need the wing backs to put in the crosses. We didn't see that in the match against Arsenal. No offense to Arsenal because they were really good. They did defend well. They didn't give chances to our wing backs. But in this match, we need to get those crosses into Olivier Giroud. It needs to reach Olivier Giroud in the last match. We did see some of crosses from Reece James, but they weren't that perfect. He was stopped in the first man and all that. But this time around, they need to get it perfect. It has to reach Olivier Giroud, and he needs to score that header. We know how good Giroud is in the while scoring headers. So coming to this match, Frank Lampard has to tell his youngsters to not worry about the result of the match, to not worry about the consequences, what will happen after the match, because we aren't under pressure. As Antoine Rodriguez pre-match press conference did, he did say that we aren't under pressure by an hour. Well, it's not that true, but Bayern are more under pressure because they have to win the Champions League. That's one of their objectives. And we didn't even expect to play next season Champions League. No one expected us to be in the top four and also not reach this far in the competition of Champions League this season. But we have, and so it's gonna be a really tough match because Bayern are gonna start their best 11 with the likes of Lewandowski, Davies, Gnabry. He was really good. Bayern have a really fast side, and if our defense is not at our best, we are going to concede. And if we concede, it's going to make it even more tougher because then we have to score 5 goals, and that's going to be really tough because right now we have to score 3, and that is tough on its own because Bayern are a really good side, and it's going to be tough for us. We all know that Chelsea have the least chance of qualifying and making it through to the quarterfinals. But still, as a Chelsea fan, I would predict the score line as 3-0 Chelsea, and we go through on penalties just like 2012 and win it on penalties in Allianz Arena. We can do it. I think we can. I really think because Frank Lampard does look confident. Everyone was so good in the training. I did see some of the training videos. Chelsea were really good. They were sharp. They were looking sharp. And Frank Lampard has come out. He's been saying that we can do it and all that. But still, Chelsea have hopes. I have hopes that Chelsea can do it. So score line is 3-0. Chelsea to beat Bayern Munich again on penalties. With that, we come to an end of this video. Come on, you Blues, just like 2012, we can beat Bayern Munich once again. Goodbye, guys.